me stay positive on this one, please. Please, please, please. Low tier battle rapper threatens to pull out his gun and shoot up the event after someone's phone rang during his round and the crowd was too loud, but the league owner checked him.
And I'm him. Call me G baby with a 380. Fuck a hardball, I got hard crack if the fiends pay me. He's crazy. Should have been. Hold on. We gonna turn up. Hold on. And turn your phones off too, cause I'm gonna get mad. Right.
Silence your chat.
Nah, turn your phones. I'm gonna get mad and pull my gun out. I'm gonna get mad and pull my gun out. Turn your phones off. Yeah. I'm dead serious, so I'm gonna pull my gun out on you. Hustling days. You listening? Then hustling day, yo, hold it down. I'm telling you, I'm gonna pull my gun out. I'm gonna pull my gun out. Come on.
You can't talk like that on Twitch. Come on, you can't talk like that on Twitch. Fucking up the money.
And I'm him. Call me G baby with a 380.
Yeah, a couple people laughing. But then at least hearing some people say, "Yo, you on Twitch? Like, you can't talk like that on Twitch." And like, I'm glad that a couple people say, "Yo, chill out." Young man, survive. Let me start there. Survive, young man. Survive. You look younger. You know, I don't know how old you are. You look younger. That young, wild energy. How many of us been there? A lot of us been there. But there is a difference among certain people when you talk about power trips. All right. When I say power trip, it's that Nas I gave you power shit. Holding a gun in your hand for the first time. And some people are turned out by it. Some people feel invincible with a gun. Some people think differently when they have a gun on them. You know, to me, the strongest strap holders, gun carriers, are ones that you just never know. It's like a wallet to them. You know, nobody knows nothing. Nobody cares. There's zero energy behind it. That's the strongest to me. And dare I say, young man, because I don't know who this battle rap is, dare I say, the real tough, like gritty nature of a man in this situation, if he feels that disrespected by the phones going off while he's rapping, would be not to say I'm gonna pull a gun out on somebody, right? It would just be the capability of physically confronting somebody on some just like hand to hand, man to man, eye to eye shit. Like, let's say hypothetically you felt disrespected, right? I think that's extreme, but let's say you felt disrespected. Walking up to that man and saying, turn that phone off, turn that ringer off, not the threat of a gun. Because to say I'm going to pull my gun out on you, it seems like you know that the gun is the power when you're supposed to be the power. And that's the difference between the gun being the problem versus the person being the problem. In this situation, what you're saying and how you're carrying it is almost like you're not the power. The gun is the power. And I like to see in people that they are the power. You know, you're only as strong as the tools you have type shit. Like, but it's battle rap. And this is our energy sometimes, especially in these arenas. You got cameras running, G. People are saying you on Twitch. Like, I mean, this is not worth the police finding out about or whatever and then running up in there or something. But I don't know. You got tattletales and all types of shit. Like, what if people started jumping in the stream and saying, yo, go to this event right here, there's guns or whatever. Or so, what if somebody got scared and said, yo, my cousin is hosting this or battling his opponent right now and there's threats of guns in there and sends the cops there? You know, they got evidence here, right? They got evidence. Now, even a flash is a charge. It's an assault charge. Even if you don't have to take it off your hip, a brandish is an assault charge. Is an assault charge, you know? And then they even start asking shit like, well, how are you even in there like that? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you do have a gun on you. Best case scenario, you wolfing, right? Best case scenario. Because I ain't putting that on you, but I'm going on your own words, right? I'm not the civilian snitch right here. I'm not the civilian snitch right here. you are on camera yelling out to the crowd, I'm gonna pull my gun out on y'all for the ringer going off. Young man, survive. You gotta mature. You gotta mature. It's signs in a man sometimes. I could tell you definitely you're not no teenager. You're a man. You know what I'm saying? You're old enough to be, you're man age. There's signs of power of being there before. For example, I wish I would have somebody call me and be like, yo, guess what? Remember that girl I met last week? I just took that down. Click. I'm hanging the fuck up. What? Yo, I just got to a bag, nigga. Yeah. Click. I'm hanging up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get turned out by certain shit that a million people are doing or you should be doing. Right. If you feel like I'm a defensive person, I carry a gun and handle my business if something comes my way, right? Then that's not a problem at all. There's a lot of defensive carriers. Okay, unless you're just popping up there for show. But let's just assume that you're doing the right thing as far as why it's on your hip. You're a defensive carrier. Okay. Act like you've been here before. Acting like you've been here before is not telling the world I got it and I'm fitting to pull it out because your ringer went off while I'm rapping. Act like you've been here. That's power. That is strength. It's the strength of like, who, huh? Yo, hey, I knew you took that down. And I'll talk about that cosign or that type of shit. Been here, done that before. I knew you would pull up in that type of car. Like, ain't nobody running off with no extra energy behind that. It's a car. Been in that end zone before. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm glad you got your gun on you. I always got it on me. Nobody, it's just not for you to know. I'll even wear certain clothes to make sure that you don't know. Like, you know, that's the power of it. Acting like you've been in the end zone before. If this is your first touchdown, that's when you see people turned out by that girl on their arm being pretty for the first time, that gun on their hip, and they feeling like I can control shit, or having a bunch of people with you and feeling like I can act out now because I got 30 niggas with me. Those personalities, I look at it, and to me, it's a sign of weakness. The opposite is actually the strength. And young man, I'm not calling you weak. I'm just saying you're showing weak signs. And if you want to show strong signs, don't ever do that again, let alone how much trouble you can get yourself in. And if anybody in there ever tests you, then everybody in there becomes subject to what? Prison or losing their life over what? A fucking ringer going off. And you want to know how I'm gonna close this out? You want to know the saddest part about this commentary that I'm giving? You realize that there's people in the world that will actually be mad at me for what I'm saying. There's people in the world, I'm not saying this gentleman, there's people in the world that will hear me say something like this and be mad at me. Shut the fuck up. Mind your business, you bitch ass nigga. It ain't, how dare you call me weak? I ain't weak. That ain't why I got my, this, you don't know the story. There's people that will literally be mad at you for saying this. And meanwhile, there's footage on Twitch, allegedly, of somebody threatening people in a crowd with their gun, telling on themselves, threatening shit, raising the stakes in the room, changing the energy in the room, creating liabilities, all this type of stuff, because you don't know how to act with a gun on your hip. Survive, young man. Survive. You know, hopefully this comes across your desk. You see stuff like this and you just mature. You just mature and realize, like, yeah, I was off. I was tripping. If I'm wrong, then, you know, it's all good. Then I stay away from people like that. If I'm wrong for speaking on this, we never belong in the same rooms, like me and those type of people. But if you feel that you're wrong for what you did, don't fuck acknowledging me. Just look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I was tripping. I just can't do shit like that again. And that's it.